What does Honorable Kamala Harris, Honorable Samia Suluhu, and Honorable Ellen Sirleaf have in common? Yes, they are all women, but most importantly, they are strong pioneer leaders who didn't just sit and wait. They were not even scared, not even for a second. They went and took the wheel. These are the kind of women that young girls aspire to be: strong, confident, and bold. My name is Trisha Panda, and I will be the host of this interview, bringing to you yet another set of strong and bold leaders who are leading one of the largest companies in the country. On March 8th, Mwananchi Communications Limited, under its business flagship Thecitizen, is bringing to you the Citizen Rising Women Initiative with the aim to empower and celebrate women leaders in our society. We have been conducting various interviews with different women, covering them and the work that they have been doing, as long as their stories. And all of this is available on Mwananchi Digital platform on YouTube.
Baada ya kumaliza kidato cha 4 sikuwa na uwezo wa kuendelea na shule. Ndio nilipoajiliwa rasmi Geita Gold Mine Limited, na niliajiliwa kama dumper truck operator. Nilipata mafunzo kwa muda wa miezi 3. So miaka 14 sasa niko kwenye operation. Tunapoongelea dumper truck ni mashine kubwa, inahitaji ujasiri wa hali ya juu, hasa kwa mwanamke. Cha kwanza uipende kazi. Kuwa strong, kama hujaipenda kazi you can't do it. Tulikuwa tuna roster ya siku 6. Tunafanya kazi mchana siku 3, tunafanya kazi usiku siku 3, tunapumzika siku 3. Mimi ninachokiamini, anachokifanya mwanaume nina uwezo wa kukifanya, inawezekana tena zaidi. Hilo dampa nimeliendesha, nilikuwa naendesha na wanaume. Kuna wanaume walikuwa hawawezi kumaliza usiku, lakini mimi nilikuwa naweza. So it's not about gender, ni uthubutu. Kuwa mwanamke haikufanyi wewe kuwa less. Anything the man can do, the woman can do better. That is what I believe. Geita Gold Mine Limited ina system yake moja kwa issue ya matibabu. Dependents wanatibiwa, wewe mwenyewe unatibiwa. Education allowance wanalipa. Sasa inategemea na una watoto wangapi, lakini mwisho ni watoto 4. Thanks to Geita Gold Mine Limited, ninaendelea na maisha, nimejenga. Nina binti yangu ana miaka 10 sasa hivi, namsomesha. Ndoto yangu kubwa ni kumuona anasoma na kupata professional nzuri. Hata kama professional haitampa matokeo positive, aende mbali zaidi. Ushauri wangu kwa madada, hakuna ambacho kinashindikana. Ni wewe tu unakuwa na ambition kiasi gani, kwamba unataka kufanya nini. So everything is possible.
Today, I'm joined by one lady who is the pillar of CRDB. She is the Director of Corporate Affairs, and her name is Ms. Tuli Mwambapa. Welcome, Ms. Tuli.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's an honor interviewing you today. I've read a couple of your story, your profile, and it's quite impressive. It's been a really long time since you have been doing this. And today you are among the toppest leaders at CRDB, one of the largest companies or banks that we have in the country so far. So I'd like to know, what was your journey, and how did you get to be here where you are today?
It is an honor to have this opportunity to be here at the Citizen Rising Woman, which I think is a very nice innovative from Citizen of giving an opportunity to position women in our society so we can inspire the younger women in our country. My journey started a long time ago. However, I'll tell you from my university years, whereby I schooled at the University of Dar es Salaam for my undergraduate. After completing the University of Dar es Salaam, I got an opportunity to work at the World Bank project, which brought in the prepaid meters Luku. I was one of the project coordinators. After the project took 3 years and it was handed back to the government, when I completed my tenure at the project, then I decided to go back to uni and did my master's in business and administration, MBA. After completing the MBA, because I was still under the government, meaning Tanzania Electric Company. I was returned to TANESCO headquarters. TANESCO is a public organization, so they did not have marketing. It is a purely engineering company. So I went and pitched for them to establish a marketing department. They couldn't understand why did they need marketing, because they have ready customers. I had to present a paper to explain to them why it is important for TANESCO, though it is a public company, to have a marketing company. It was a very new idea, something they have never heard of. So my CEO, the TANESCO CEO then, was really interested of this young woman who came up with this idea, and she's so adamant about it. She wanted to be implemented in a purely engineering company. Talk about electrical, civil engineers, and I'm there in between, starting a new department. So I was given an opportunity to present, and I'm happy to tell you that the unit was established, which is in existence to date. So that's where my first confidence started, that if I can come up with an idea, if I can innovate, people can listen. So after a few years down the line, marketing was not that vibe, though the unit is there. It is doing more than marketing, more kind of educational, telling people on how to save Luku and things, but not the real vibe which I wanted. And I was sitting one day at the office at headquarters, and CRDB had renovated their Holland branch. And I was going like, I used to spend a lot of time at British Council. One of the things I love to do is reading books. So the cheaper place where I could get books for free, it was British Council. British Council. British Council is next to Holland, and they've refurbished the brand, and I go like, this is a beautiful place to work. Yeah. And then I sent my application. I wasn't expecting much, and then I got it, that I've been invited to become a relationship manager. It was a new department. By that time also CRDB Bank was really revamping. They were now coming from a public to a private one. So that was one of the new department which was being established. So coming to CRDB, relationship management, we were only 2 ladies, the rest were men.
Wow.
Okay, so I was there, but I didn't close my eyes. I was looking for other opportunities to grow. And this is one of the things I tell young ladies. Yes, policies could be there, systems could be there, but you also need to have your own initiative and inner strength to want to succeed and move forward. Okay? No one can do that for you. They can do everything for you except moving that one step, building your own confidence. So the department was big. We were dealing with big, huge corporate customers, big ones, where I was also kind of exposed, because you go, you do presentation, they question you about the product, about the loans, you go, you do visit, you get to sit at boardroom. So it kept on building my confidence. But I was also looking around, looking at the hierarchy, and I was like, reaching the ladder, it's gonna take longer. And my interest is more marketing. Yes, I do a little bit of it, but it's more marketing. So when the opportunity, the opening came, I applied for a marketing manager, and the rest is the story. So the rest is history. I think I got it in 2003. It was a very small unit, I think with 5 people, and then I grew it to become one of the largest departments in the bank. Recently, we experienced other changes. I was moved now from that huge department, which now we got more department out of it, and then I came to become a director of corporate affairs.
Well, I don't know how many times I've said wow, wow, wow in my mind just listening to your story. It's quite inspiring.
Yes.
But most importantly, what I took from you is that you have to have it in you. You have to try to move forward, to be successful. That is something that nobody can give you. Thank you for that lesson. So I'm also intrigued to know, has it been your dream to be successful or to reach at the top? Is this something that you dreamt as since you're a little girl, or is something that when you started working and you're like, okay, I just have to aspire to be better every day?
It is, I say it is fun and strange. You don't aspire, but I think the environment also helps you,
yeah.
and without even knowing that it prepares you maybe for something. I'm a daughter of a general. My father was a general in the army. We are 7 of us, and what he used to do, we used to have a family meeting, and I'm the eldest. So my father used to tell me, you're going to chair the meeting today. So we used to bring up the agendas, everything. He used to treat us like in the army. We are like, we are like kind of soldiers. So we have agendas, we have meetings, we discuss issues, and I was leading those meetings. I didn't know it was preparing me for something. And the reason what he was giving me is, first, you are the eldest. Second, especially during my primary years, I was the head girl for the primary and secondary. So we tell, okay, now show us, why did they choose you to be a head girl?
Yeah.
Like challenging me. So we sit and discuss. But also what you read, what you hear, it helps to shape who you're going to be. Maybe advice to parents, what your kids watch, it is very important. I used to watch Mulan. You know, Mulan is about the army, so we used to watch a lot of movies about the army. That's most of the things our dad will bring us. But most leaders were men, with the exception of Mulan.
Yeah.
I think for those who have seen Mulan, Mulan is a girl who pretended to be a boy in order to participate in the war. But she was the most intelligent compared to the rest. I'm sorry, boys, but that's what is there in the movie.
What it is.
So I just wanted to be Mulan. I just wanted to be a leader. I just wanted to conquer. And this was shaped from watching a movie. I read books, Needs and Boons, Daniel Steele's. They have women heroes.
Yeah.
So unconsciously, they shape you. When you are given an opportunity, you become ready, because it becomes now real that now you have to practice what you are reading. So my advice to the society, to parents, teach your kids leadership skills from young age and let them practice. It will be like, we used to do plays at home, okay? Because those days, TV one, and issue one TV at the sitting room, and it was normally next to daddy's chair. Yeah. So if you want to put it on, you have to think about it. So we have to innovate. Yeah. It made us very innovative, and I think that's what we really need in our society, to bring the girl child into that leadership skill. We should not wait to get mentors when they're older. We should not wait for seminars and trainings. Confidence starts at a younger age. Give them an opportunity to present, to argue, and then the rest will be easier.
Well, I just came to understand that it's the little thing that matters. Among other interviews that I did with other women, one of the problems that almost every woman spoke about is the problem of, girls when they're young. What are they supposed to do? You find that they eliminate boys and girls, and they tell girls you have to do the house chores and do the like, but we don't get nurtured since we're young to become leaders. And I think that is something you've addressed very well, to show us how we can actually overcome that and how we can teach our young girls to become leaders from that young age. Listening to you now, I've come to understand that your father actually was is among your mentors since you were young. Do you also have other mentors that you had while you're growing up, or also while you entered into the career that actually helped you or maybe inspired you to become more?
I did. I went to a girls' school, but many of my mentors are men. For some reason. I don't know why, but I had mentors when I was at uni, without knowing that they're mentors. You come to learn the definition later, but someone who can advise you and inspire you. When I came to CRDB, it is similar, the same. And when people speak about mentoring, people have this notion that you have to sit the way we are sitting here, someone maybe listening to you, lecturing you, and things like that. But to me, mentors were those people who, when I achieved a small milestone, they told me, you could do even more.
Yeah.
Okay? They kept on championing me to, if it was a race, to reach that goal. I think they even understood that I'm more capable than what I knew myself I was. So the people who champion you, they mentor you in small ways. They build your confidence, they push you, and you know whenever you are going through that ladder, that if I fall, there's be someone to catch me. So those people, I have a lot of them in so many ways. My family, my kids, because you also have to have a motivation. And that, okay, if I achieve this, or if I'm going through this path, then there's things which I'll be sacrificing. Okay? So you sacrifice some of the things. Those people also play a big role in a lot of mentorship and decision. Because I took my kids, I have 2 boys, to boarding school at a very small age.
Okay.
My mom was not happy about it. She didn't understand. Funny thing, I went to boarding school when I was a very young girl. But to me, it was okay. To her grandchildren, it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. But while I was making those decisions, there were people who were advising me. Like, if you really want to focus in your career, then you have to balance. Okay. So my question was, should I leave my kids at home, be mentored, because also house girl, we don't know that they mentor and shape our kids, or I take them to professionals who can really mentor and take them in the direction I wanted. So I decided to take them to boarding school. All those in combination, they help to shape my decision and who I am today.
Oh, thank you so much. So it is very important to actually address the challenges that girls or women pass through when they want to become leaders, because we want to achieve an equal standard when it comes to leadership and close the gender gap. So coming to answer this question of the challenges that a girl child passed through and the solutions to it is the manager of Oyster Bay from CRDB, Clementina Kinabo, and she'll have something to say about that.
Yeah, but CRDB Bank, I can say, is an equal opportunity employer. One of the strategic agenda is gender balance. Currently, we have 53 to 47 ratio of women to men, and we expect it to grow more, at least to 50 and above. It might come 50 and above, but currently is 53 to 47. We expect to grow more, and CRDB Bank has so many initiatives to ensure that the gender balance and build confidence between women leaders. They expect it to grow more women leaders. So as to build the confidence, so many programs have been arranged. I can just mention a few of them. Women Empowerment Program, mentorship, men to women or women to women, and a sponsorship, as well as other in-house training, ongoing in-house training. For example, last year we had a special program for women employees, and we had a special program for our customers. And there are different products just to ensure that we get women leaders. For example, CRDB Bank, we have Malkia account. This one enables a woman to establish her own business and be a leader as a CEO with a good interest rate, competitive one, especially for women. Formal training is very, very important. I can say 30% comes from nature, but 70% comes from the environment. Then environment means learning as well. So learning is very, very important for any future leader.
Thank you, Clementina. Going back to you, Ms. Tuli, I'd like to ask a last question. And I'd like to know, think of your younger self, and what would you have advised her today, knowing all that you know today? What would you have told her?
Okay, the younger Tuli. First, I should say, I never expected I'll be where I am. So maybe it could have been a challenge advising the younger Tuli then. But the younger Tulis are so many right now, okay, who are looking at me. Dream big. No one should tell you there's a limit in the sky. I'm very sure that if we were given an opportunity to go beyond the clouds, we find out that there's still more stuff going.
Yeah.
So dream big. Focus on what you want to achieve in life. No one will do that for you except yourself. Parents, family, they may assist to make your journey easier by paying school fees, by guiding you, but you need to want it badly. You yourself, that even if in the future I'll become a mother and maybe have a husband, still I have a bigger role to make my family better. And how do you get to make your family better? Is having good education. For those who may not maybe reach to the high level of education like some of us who are lucky, but innovate. Do whatever you can do to better yourself. There is no limit. It is only you. It is here in your head. If you are able to say, I can do it. Whatever you do, I can do it. It is possible.
You can do anything that you put your mind into.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Tuli. It has been quite an interesting interview. Thank you for sitting here with me, and thank you for inspiring young girls with your story today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
This has been quite an interesting interview, and I'll give you just a few notes. One of them is dream big, dream wild. The second of it is take the initiative. It has to start with you, and nothing can stop you to become the greater self that you can aspire to be. I'd just like to remind you that Mwananchi Communications Limited is bringing to you the Citizen Rising Woman Initiative on March 8th, happening at Serena Hotel, Dar es Salaam. But also stories about these women will be found on the Citizen newspapers every day, but also on Mwananchi Digital YouTube platform. But on March 8th, the Citizen Rising Woman Initiative will be coming to you live on Mwananchi Digital YouTube channels, but also on Clouds Plus. My name is Trisha Panda, and I was the host of this interview. I was with Ms. Tuli Mwambapa, the Director of Corporate Affairs of CRDB. Until next time, thank you.